Welcome, class 11th. And as you people know, we have already started with a new chapter, the first chapter of your book, that is Renaissance, Reformation Movement, and Industrial Revolution in Europe. As I already told you people, before the process of Renaissance, Europe was under the garb of Dark Age. And before the Dark Age, there was the Greco-Roman civilization, which was very great because the human being is having the freedom of speech, expression, and thought. There was too much of freedom in the Greco-Roman civilization, and if a human wants to paint anything, if you want human wants to say anything, if a human wants a different sculpture, painting, art, he can do that at point of time. But after that period, Europe was came under the dark age. Dark age means no freedom. You are not having no freedom. You have to use your freedom with the permission of the church and pope. Whatever is being said by the pope, it becomes final, and pope and church decides the fate of the Europe in the dark age. Whoever talks anything against the church will be punished and banished from the kingdom. Even many peoples were killed who challenged the authority of the church and the pope. Because of this discrimination and harassment in the dark age, Europe was continuously wants a change and a revolution. So in the 14th to 16th century, that revolution occurred, and that is called as Renaissance. Renaissance means it is an intellectual movement inspired by the Greco-Roman civilization, which has brought a significant change in the field of art, literature, sculpture, painting, and many more things. So this is the definition of Renaissance, and as we know, it was inspired by the Greco-Roman civilization. Why it was inspired by the Greco-Roman civilization? Because at that time in Greco-Roman civilization there was freedom to the human being. And in the Dark Age, that freedom was taken by the church and the pope. So this is the history of the Renaissance, and we have talked about the meaning of the Renaissance. Then let us come on the new topic, that is why this Renaissance occur in Italy only. Why not in Germany, England, Sweden, Denmark? There are many nations in the Europe, but why only the Italy that this process occurs? So there are many reasons. Like first point, main center of foreign trade. Italy, as we all know, has having a very distinguished geographical location, and which has gave its a new distinguished identity. Because of this different identity, there were numerous trade centers. So first point is main center of the foreign trade. Because of this foreign trade, many peoples come in Europe, and many people also go out from this nation. So change. There was change of ideas. There was, we can say that, numerous thought process that was coming in Europe because of this foreign trade. So after the foreign trade, there is formation of vibrant cities. As we all know, cities made from the trade. If there is no trade, there will be no city. So these vibrant cities formed. So this is also the reason of Renaissance that has occurred in Italy. So after trade, cities having the population, and population is mostly of the rich class, rich middle class. And what the rich middle class is, they are they are educated, they plays a role in the Renaissance process. Okay, so these 3 points are related to each other. First is your trade, then vibrant cities, and then middle class. Okay. Fourth point is introduction with the well-developed culture of East. Now, these European countries are having a continuous. These European countries now is in continuous touch with the Asian countries of East. So there is exchange of ideas and values, which also pave a way for Renaissance in Italy. Next, Italy is also the mother of ancient Roman civilization. In the starting of the lecture, I said that Greco-Roman civilization was great, and this Roman civilization was in the Italy. So this is also the reason that Renaissance occurs in Italy firstly. Then enters entrance of scholars in Italy from Constantinople. Constantinople is a city, ancient city in Turkey. So after the attack of Seljuk Turks, this Constantinople comes under the dominance of Muslims, and before that it was the part of Eastern Roman kingdom. So all the people from the Constantinople who were intellectual fled away from this place and came and settled in Italy. And these scholars brought many books and ideas with them. Next is the change in the form of education. Because of this increasing trade, the development of the cities, now the form of education also changes. So let us discuss some points of Renaissance. First is the logic and reason. Logic or reason is there in this. Second is the present human life. Now we are not talking about the God. Now people wants to talk about the human life and their problems. And because of this Renaissance, local and state language developed. Before that, Latin language was there. Now there are new geographical areas which were discovered because of this process. Now the blind beliefs are challenged, and now people are talking about the natural beauty. So these are the characteristics of Renaissance. Now let us discuss about the reasons of Renaissance. First is crusade. Crusade is the war between Christian and Muslims. We have talked in the class. And because of this war, now the European wants to explore new things, and they don't want the old belief to dominate in Europe. Now they just want to challenge the old belief, because many fighters who went to fight with the Muslims in the Crusades, now they are starting hating their old beliefs and they want something new. So this is also a reason for Renaissance. Prosperous trade system is also the reason for Renaissance. Trade system, development of the cities, then development of the cities के बाद there is emergence of middle class, and middle class wants freedom of thought. This is the second point, prosperous trade system. Third is the invention of paper and printing machine. After the invention of paper and printing machine, the Latin language which was there in the Europe was of Pope and Church. Whatever is been said by the Pope and Church in Latin language, that could not be understood by the common people of Europe. So with the invention of this paper and printing machine, now the Bible is being written in the local language like French, Spanish, Italian. So now the common people is having the knowledge of Bible. So now they can challenge the dominance of Church and Pope. Next is your control of Turks over Constantinople. This point we have already discussed. Next is development of humanism. Now the people are not talking about God. Now people are talking about the problems of human and how to make this earth heaven. Emergence of Mongol Empire. After the emergence of this Mongol Empire, which was very influential and modern in outlook, many Europeans went to this Mongol Empire and came out with the new knowledge, which they spread in the towns of Europe. So these are the reasons for Renaissance. Now let us talk about the effects of Renaissance. So effects of Renaissance is in the many fields like literature, like in the field of art, as we have talked in the definition, in the field of science, and in the field of humanism. So all this point we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.